I'm a Canadian and I have a Canadian passport. I always did have. And yesterday I was stopped by a CBP custom border officer. And I've been questioned for 7 hours and about 6 to 7 hours. So I just want to share my experience. I'm Canadian. I was on my way to my friend's 50th birthday. And when I crossed the border, the US border, the man took away my passport and said to sit down. So I sat down. There wasn't really that many people. 2 people arrived before me, and they kind of were called before me, but pretty much I was alone all this time. And I asked how long it's going to take. My flight is in 3 hours. And they're like, listen, there's nothing we can do. So eventually, after sitting there for an hour, a lady calls me. Her name is Judith Emmanuel. A lady calls me, and she doesn't really say. She just questioned me. She says, what is your what is your name? What is your date of birth? What's the reason of you going to Las Vegas? I was going there because it was my friend's birthday and I have a ticket back on Monday. So I was going there on Thursday to come back on Monday. And so I just give her, and then she starts, what is your social media account? And what is your OnlyFans account? And I'm like, I don't have an OnlyFans account. I don't, and I never did have. So for the first 4 hours that she was questioning me, and then she took my phone, she started going through my messages and questioning me about my messages. And I did cooperate because I really hoped that I was going to make it to my friend's birthday. It's been planned for like half a year at least. And she goes through my phone, she questions me about stuff, and she keeps pushing about me being abused, or that my boyfriend is pimping me, and she kept giving me books about my lover, my aggressor, and like as if I've been aggressed. I have no idea how she did that. So where she took that assumption. I'm in a really beautiful long-term relationship, and so I'm not exactly sure why this lady, Judith Emmanuel, was questioning me as if I was an escort. I've never been an escort. I'm not planning to be an escort. I don't have anything against it, but it's just there's nothing that proved that. So she asked me for my phone. I gave her my phone, and she said, I'm just going to go look through it really quickly so that you will be able to take your plane. And the only reason that you won't be able to take your flight is if I find in your phone that there's a boom threat. And I'm like, oh, okay, sure, yeah, just take my phone. I'm just really excited to go see my boyfriend. There's a misunderstanding about me having an O account. And so she took away my phone. She left for an hour. I didn't have my phone. I didn't have my passport. I didn't have a watch, and there was no watch. So I was just waiting and bawling my eyes because I'm like, oh. Yeah, it was quite intense. It was a lot of personal questions about my relationship with my family. It's just mind-boggling how much privacy was breached in that conversation. And I cried. I was scared. So she comes back with my phone, and basically I ask her, what time is it? She's like, oh, you missed your flight. I have questions to ask you. She went through my phone. She went through... I'm an open person. I have naked photos in my phone. She went through my naked photos. She asked, oh, who is this person in your naked video? And it was my boyfriend. And then and then she kind of still kept pushing the scenario that I was an escort, which I am totally not. And finally, she was questioning me about text messages, specific text messages. She was asked, I had my phone number since the age of 18. So I've had it for 18 years now. So there were people from college, and she was asking me about those people, and she was asking me about specific text messages. And They questioned me for 6 hours. I had zero food. I didn't have my phone. It's the first time. I go to the US quite often, but it is the first time that she denied me access. She denied me access. Not only did she deny me access, but she just kept pushing the scenario that my boyfriend, that I'm in a really beautiful relationship, is my pimp, without any base at all. She humiliated me. I feel humiliated. And I was the only person there. At the end of this whole thing, there was a guy who came, but apparently, like, he had a probation, he was in prison, like, there was FBI involved. I just don't understand how me, as a 36-year-old Canadian woman who's going to a party to Las Vegas and has a ticket to come back and never had any problems anywhere, am I a threat to the US? I just came home, and I'm so lucky I had an amazing support system, but I just felt so violated by this Judith Emmanuel person, and it just felt like, yeah, I felt so violated. Like, it's just insane. But yeah, I hope it doesn't happen to anyone. So just be careful what you have in